Etymology and historical origin of the baby name Barbara. Barbara comes from the Latin meaning foreign women, wild. It is borrowed from the Greek beta alpha rho omicron, barbaros, meaning foreign, referring to the unintelligible chatter of foreign people to the Greek ear, sounding like barbar to the Greeks, and reflective of the word barbarian. The name was popularized by the early Christian Saint Barbara, also known as the Great Martyr Barbara, within the Eastern Orthodox Church. Born somewhere within the Roman Empire in the 3rd century to a pagan father, Dioscorus, Barbara was locked up in an effort to protect her from the outside world. She angered her father by refusing an arranged marriage, and then when she announced her conversion to Christianity, she was horribly tortured, although each morning her wounds were miraculously healed. She was finally sentenced to death by beheading, a cruel punishment carried about by her father. After Dioscorus killed his own daughter, he was struck by a bolt of lightning and consumed in flames. Her legend and cult grew in the 9th century, but since she did not appear in early Christian writings, there is some doubt as to her existence. In any case, she became a very popular saint in the Middle Ages when her name came into general use. St. Barbara is the patron saint of architects, geologists, stonemasons, and artillerymen. Among English speakers, the name Barbara became rare after the 16th century but was once again revived in the 19th century. Today, Barbara is a popular name in Hungary, as well as the Slavic nations of Poland and Croatia. However, it is most popular in Chile. Personality of the girl named Barbara. The number 7 personality is deeply mystical and highly in tune with their spirituality. They operate on a different wavelength than the average Joe. Spending time alone comes easily to 7s, as it gives them time to contemplate philosophical, religious, and spiritual ideas in an effort to find real truth. 7s are wise, but often exude mystery as if they are tapped into something the rest of us don't understand. They love the outdoors and are fed by nature. 7s are constantly seeking to understand human nature, our place in the universe, and the mystery of life in general. This makes them quite artistic and poetic, but they are also keen observers with high intellect, so they are equally scientific-minded. 7s are charitable and care deeply about the human condition. Popularity of the girl named Barbara. Barbara was considered a relatively popular name in the United States at the turn of the 20th century. Not quite a top 100 favorite, she hovered close for most of the late 1800s and early part of the 1900s. She finally achieved a spot on the top 100 in 1913 and then soared to the top of the charts by the late 1920s when the name landed in the top 10. The height of Barbara's popularity was during the 1930s and 40s when she was either ranked in the number 2, number 3, or number 4 position on the charts. Not many names can claim this triumph. In 1940, for instance, Mary was the only name that had her beat. Over 35,000 baby girls were named Barbara in that year. Barbara would maintain a top 10 position on the charts for more than 30 consecutive years, between 1927 and 1958. That's about the time she started her slow and steady decline in usage, finally falling off the top 100 in 1977. By the 1990s, Barbara's decline on the charts became more pronounced and she pretty much went into free fall. Today, the name is barely used at all. Born in 1925, when the name was quite popular, Barbara Bush is a former First Lady and mother of a president. In fact, her son George W. named one of his twin daughters Barbara in honor of his mother. The Beach Boys also released a hit single in 1961 called Barbara Ann. As a defining mid-century name, like Patricia, Judith, Linda, Nancy, or Sandra, people often associate this name with older or middle-aged women. Somehow, people don't see it on children anymore. Still, the name's foreign meaning and her international usage makes for a very interesting choice. This one is for the nonconformist parents who don't care about current naming trends. Nicknames include Barb, Babs, Barbie, and even Bobby. Quick facts on Barbara. Gender, girl. Origin, Greek. Number of syllables, 2. Ranking popularity, 838. Pronunciation, barbr, barbr. Simple meaning, foreign woman, strange and wild. Characteristics of Barbara. Eccentric, mystical, solitary, wise, intuitive, philosophical, imaginative. Cultural references to the baby name, Barbara. Literary characters of the baby name Barbara. Major Barbara Undershaft is the title character in George Bernard Shaw's 1905 play, Major Barbara. This was made into a British film in 1941, with Wendy Hiller in the title role. Barbara is a major in the Salvation Army. She is a well-meaning, enthusiastic and idealistic doer of good deeds, in other words, charming and charmed. Her reunion with her estranged father forces her to reassess her values and priorities, for he wishes to make an enormous donation to the army. The only drawback is that all his money comes from his munitions factory. This is a dilemma for poor Barbara. How can blood-stained money not taint the cause of true and good Christianity? Barbara's supervisors at the Salvation Army, however, have no such restrictions upon their ability to accept this windfall and accept they do, with alacrity. Barbara's fiancé, Adolphus Cusins, a scholar of Greek literature, is as idealistic as she. Nonetheless, when he and Barbara visit her father's factory, which includes a model socialistic village for the workers, they are both impressed at what Undershaft has done. Since the business must be left to an orphan, since Adolphus qualifies, and since he and Barbara are engaged, well, problem solved. Major Barbara will simply leave the army and bring her proselytizing skills to a new venue, the factory workers. Yes, we get the Shavian point, but that doesn't mean we have to agree with it. Popular songs on Barbara. Barbara and Barbara H., a song by Dolly Parton, a song by Bobby V., a song by the Everly Brothers, a song by Fountains of Wayne, Barbara on Your Mind, Barbara Allen, Major Barbara, a song by The Temptations, Santa Barbara, a song by Aerosmith, Barbara, a song by Megan Dia, Please Don't a Euro T Ask About Barbara, a song by the Beach Boys. Famous people named Barbara. Barbara of Austria, royalty, Barbara Streisand, singer, Barbara Boxer, politician, Barbara Bush, U.S. First Lady, Barbara O'Neill, actress, Barbara Walters, journalist, new anchor, Barbara Gordon, actress, Barbara Eden, actress, Barbara Michaels, author, Barbara Hershey, actress, Barbara Harris, actress, Barbara Stanwyck, actress, Barbara Meyer, German model, Barbara Mandrell, country music singer,